Again, text Barry and your first and last name to 63566 and join our text club here at the Financial Exchange. Now it's time for Stock Talk.
Stock Talk with Eric Reimer from Seeking Alpha. Eric, thanks for joining us.
Hey, great to be on.
Hey, we're going to talk about Facebook and Netflix, two popular companies. Now, let's do positive first here. You like Facebook. Controversial pick, though, with the new news feed and Russian meddling. What do you like about it?
And so I think it's definitely been a rough past few months for Facebook with the Russian meddling oversight as well as their announced changes to news feed. I think, however, in the long term, this will be good for Facebook. I mean, I think it shows that they'll be tightening up their platform, and they have realized there is a problem with daily active users, as we saw in their Q4 earnings report. Mm-hmm. I think by reevaluating how the long-term health of Facebook can work out and be effective, I think this will mean in the long term they'll have greater advertising revenue. And I think with the Russia scandal, we saw that there might have been some worries for that. However, the Q4 earnings showed that their advertising revenue still was really strong despite the Russia scandal and their cleaning of the platform for that. And so I think while it might be a tumultuous time initially for Facebook, I think as a more medium to long-term pick, I think the company is likely to continue to grow. And they have and actually on the Netflix point as well, I think they're having a lot of new products. One, for example, is Facebook Watch, which could be a future major revenue source. And so I think they have had a shaky few months, but I think in the future they have a lot more potential to get out of this current mess.
A real challenge for them, though, Eric, is that they admit that people are using Facebook for shorter periods of time, and they plan on putting fewer ads on. If they're going to be growing revenue, I know they have other revenue sources, but they're going to have to get more money for those ads, right? Are you confident they can do that?
I think so in the long term. I think precisely one reason why this might be good for Facebook in the future is that their advertising will be more effective. And so in the past, if advertisers weren't sure if they were advertising to Russian bots essentially or whatnot, or people were even looking at their ads, I think by making it so there's increased user activity on the platform and increased insurance that ad views are actually by real people and not by bots or whatnot, I think this will in the long term make advertisers trust Facebook more as a platform. I think in the short term, definitely will be some transition pains, but in the long term, I think it's good for Facebook.
You're not quite as positive on Netflix, symbol NFLX. You're bearish on that. I know competition is definitely coming for Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. And I think Netflix has had a very positive year this past year in terms of stock price. However, I think there's a lot of looming clouds on the immediate as well as the medium-term horizon. I think Netflix you've seen in their quarterly earnings how they've begun to see slowing U.S. growth. They still have a lot of international growth. This is their primary source of increased revenue and earnings at the moment. However, they're also seeing continued increased content costs, and it's clear that there's something with and particularly I think as well, now that there's a lot of major players entering the direct-to-consumer content streaming space, including Facebook Watch, Disney with its own content streaming service in the future, Amazon beginning to rework its own system, and even Google and Apple beginning to look at various possibilities. I think a lot of these other competitors have very serious comparative advantages. Some of these apps, Facebook, for example, has already had a massive user base to advertise to, while Netflix has to continually add new users. And I think in the future, I think that Netflix's valuation at the moment, being at a over 200 price to earnings ratio, shows that in the past there's been a lot of expectations for future massive growth. However, I think with all this competition, it might not happen essentially.
All right, Eric Reimer, thank you very much from Seeking Alpha. We have a lot more, including another check on the markets and a lot more. Stay with us on the Financial Exchange Radio Network.